It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
In the criminal justice system, sexually-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
Trying to be patient, but nigga, I can't wait. I'm the chance to kill my enemies and beat my case. So when they ask me how I feel about them, I can't say. You either with me or against me, or you're in my way. I got a pack of other rules, and if I don't feel good, then they might turn on you. Feel like I don't need. I keep the best pill to breathe, but hell, I don't breathe.
These are not going to work for my video. As someone with a bipolar diagnosis and have been hospitalized in the double digits since 2019, I'm wondering, how many times were you hospitalized, and did you enjoy your stay? Was it voluntary, involuntary? Me personally, mine were all involuntary. I really just couldn't get my stuff together. But for me, I enjoyed my visits because I was manic the whole time. During my manic episodes, I used to think that since my middle name is Mercedes, I used to think that I owned the company. I would go to dealerships and walk in like I owned the place. I even convinced one guy to let me test drive like $100,000 Mercedes without getting any kind of proof of income. And I used to always hear rap songs with the name Mercedes and think that they were talking to me whenever I heard it. So in my mind, I was like, oh, they've been trying to reach me all this time, and I finally am realizing it, and I'm the chosen Mercedes. Isn't that crazy? I'm riding 2 wheels on the sill. Give me Alphacelli in the telly. It's Gabby Big Bucks. Can you tell me in the psych ward? I'm cool. I'm rocking band. I am man. Yeah, he want me. Take him band. I get banned for real. Gabby, can you tell? I got good eyebrows cause I'm Puerto Rican. She freaking. I got someone mentioned license plate in my last video, and that's so funny because whenever I would drive and see certain license plates, I'm like, oh, they're following me. I remember one time I was listening to Young Dolph, and like a minute later, I saw a Tennessee license plate pull up in front of me, and I'm like, oh my God, Dolph is with me! Along with thinking that my parents were the heads of the Bloods and the Crips, I thought my family was the head of the Catholic Church, mainly because on my mom's side, my aunts' names were Barbara, Mercy, and Maria. I remember going to church one time with my family and sitting there thinking that everybody was there for me and praying for me and getting their communion for me because I was Jesus. And so when everybody was getting their bread and wine, I started to cry because they were doing that for me, you know? During my manic episode, I used to think that my dog was part of the government. I used to think that he had a microchip. Well, he does have a microchip. But I used to think that he had like a listening device in his body and was using his eyes to record me. And then it would go back to Washington, D.C. so they could see everything that's going on. My dog's name is also Pablo Escobar, so I thought it was Pablo Escobar reincarnated. During my manic episode, I used to think people that died really weren't dead and they were simply living in outer space in the perfect world on a different planet with unlimited money and riches in all aspects of life. I would think the people that passed away were simply looking down on Earth to their loved ones and sending them signs and controlling everything in outer space on a little TV and just like dropping like, oh, here's a cardinal or something like that, you know what I mean? I was under the impression that if someone died, that the people around them all came to the conclusion that this person was such a great person that they would sacrifice them and send them up to outer space to live the perfect life for the rest of their life. Since I thought I was Jesus during my manic episodes, when rappers would wear the chain with the Jesus face on it and post it on Instagram, and I would scroll and see it, when they posted it, I thought that they were posting it for me, and I would get so excited, like it was a sign or something. Here's a photo reference. During my manic episode, for some reason, I was using the iPhone feature that you double tap the back and the flashlight turns on. I use this feature, and whenever the flashlight would turn on, I would think that the government is watching me, so I would act a fool in front of my camera when really I just double tapped the back. So in my mind, there were a bunch of high-level officials just watching my phone, wondering what I'm doing on the day-to-day when that light turned on. During my manic episode, I used to think cars like cops, fire trucks, ambulances, and post office drivers were leading me to where I needed to go. They were escorting me to where I needed to be. If, say for example, I left the house early at like 2 a.m. and there was a cop car parked in his position and I pass it, I'm like, oh, okay, he's tracking me. So I would feel really safe. And if I ever felt like anything was going wrong and I saw one of those vehicles, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good. During my manic episode, I believed that when I was a kid and got my tooth pulled in Mexico, that after the fact, they had the tooth and hung it up in the dentist's office so they can know that that was Gabby's tooth, and it'd be a big deal because in my mind, I was like the most infamous person in the world. Mind you, this was like when I was in 6th grade, and I'm 30 right now, so a couple years ago, I was thinking they had it up on the wall this whole time. During my Manic episode, I was posting on Instagram trying to convince Jay-Z to start his own NFL league with only black players, so taking from the NFL that we have now. I thought I could reach Roger Goodell, and I thought in my mind that this was something Jay-Z was going to do because I said it. This was in 2019, so I think at the time there were some headlines going around in the NFL. I forget what the situation was, but it was on my mind. During my Manic episode, when I would drive, I used to think that people who were wearing sunglasses were undercover and following me and making sure that I got to where I was going safely. And so when I would drive and then pass someone with glasses on, I'd be like, the very first time I was in the psych ward in 2019, I used to think that I controlled the sunrises. We would have all these windows and the sky would be like orange and purple, and I'm like, yeah, I did that. When I was manic, I used to think that the traffic lights would know when I would pull up to them and they would turn green. I had one instance where I was downtown and all the lights were green. And you know, sometimes that happens, but this time I thought it was like, oh yeah, they know I'm here. I also used to run red lights because I thought I wouldn't get in trouble. But I thought wrong because I did get pulled over once. One time when I was at a midnight ballerina club in Charlotte, I told the bouncers that I could do security. Mind you, I'm like 5'2", a little female. And they agreed to it. So, well, I wasn't really doing security. I was just like watching the people inside the club. And they gave me a headset. And to this day, I don't know why they gave me a headset. And the headset had a red light and a blue light. So I would put it on and I would think that I'm talking to either one gang or another, the red one or the blue one. And I would put on the headphones and be like, red gang, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And then it would make like a sound. And then I took those headphones home and we're still talking to him. And at the end, looking back, I really got a headset and I was talking to myself. That's what I was doing.
If she feeling hot, then I make that bitch frozen. I get a bitch high every time that I post. It's not right, they be on my ass. I can hear you hate it from the back. Balenciaga baddie got a bag. Nigga might say eat it from the like. If she feeling hot, then I make that bitch frozen. I get a bitch.
This ain't really funny, but it's just like, oh my God, could you imagine like just driving through a parking lot and seeing this? It'd be crazy.
Big nasty, nigga, like the bitch call me daddy. Have no daddy. I find in the jet is first class. Wet from the first splash. Still sore from my BBL, but I'm the first smash. First class ticket for a ratchet. I got dogs looking down on me. I know that nigga proud. Ain't don't worry about this. Like nigga, I'ma hold it down. When he got some blue things, so let him know you still.
Okay, so I met this guy at like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning in a parking garage because I was dancing on top of the car in front of a camera. And he was like, "What are you doing?" So I recruited him. And then we make it to the side of the street randomly. Side of the street. Side of the street. Then we make it to Bombshell. You can see you can see that the sun was coming up. So this is probably like 6, 7, 8 a.m. Then I'm in front of, I don't know what logo that is. I'm in front of a hotel. That video is gonna drop soon. So I'm in front of a hotel. What am I doing here? It's still in front of the hotel. In the car now. Then I make it to the car wash. More videos to come on that one. Car wash. Driving. Oops. Driving. Random shopping mall. Then in the street somewhere. In the street somewhere. Then I make it to Circle K. Me with the glasses. And then ended up in the psych ward for about 2.5 weeks. Still had a job. Look at me. This is me at my job. And that didn't last. And this is me at the job. Anyways, that was all of Atlanta. So it ended at the Circle K. As you can see in the window, I was parked right in front of the front door. So just imagine someone blaring music, dancing, scaring customers away. And I was also taking stuff from the store and using it for my music video. Look at this. Randomly get a thing of water. Didn't even pay for it. Flung it. Every time I would meet someone new, I would ask them where they're from because I thought someone sent them all the way to me just to watch me. One time when I was in a hotel in Colombia, I met these people from Philadelphia and I thought that Meek Mill sent them. I also was in a club in Charlotte one time and this guy was wearing a Toronto shirt and I thought that Drake sent him. Every time I would meet someone new, I would ask. Since I had such a God complex, I used to think when I was scrolling on Instagram, when people would be like, "Thank you, God," or "Couldn't have done this without God," or like put a scripture in their caption, I thought that it was directed towards me. And you know, Instagram's where people put all their like achievements and stuff. So you know how many people are thanking God They're thanking me. During my Manic episode, I had this thing with Drake. I thought he was speaking to me and like trying to get my attention. I mentioned this before that I thought he sent someone to follow me. But when I got out of the ward one time, he came out with the song Search and Rescue. And I totally thought that song was about me. Like, let's get into it. He said, I need someone to be patient with me. Someone who get money when I take it with me. They don't even need to be as famous as me. I'm telling about the places I be. So I'm like, I'm not famous. Like, he wants me. Then he would say, deep down I think about you all day, mommy. Mommy, like I thought he was talking to me. Literally was telling me. He was telling me to come and rescue him. And I was down. I'm also a big fan of Kim Kardashian. And the fact that he had her sample or her voice on his song was like, here babe, like I got your favorite celebrity to be on my song for you. So Drake, if you're seeing this, I love you. Let's take a minute to enjoy the song.
Yes, there was $600 worth of damage. I'm trying to figure out where the 900 came from. She says, thank you. Do you have TikTok? I say, hey, yes, I do. Oh, this was 2 years later. I want you to see the type of day I had in Atlanta when I had your car and how I wasn't in my right mind. I still feel bad about the whole thing. He said, oh, it's documented? She says, LMAFO, I may or may not have been dancing on your car, just a warning.
When I was manic, I used to think that homeless people weren't really homeless and the government set them up on a certain corner just to watch me. I remember when I went to Miami, at the Brickell, when I was in Brickell at the Burger King right next to the city center, I would hang out there and talk to a bunch of random people and do things I shouldn't have done. And this whole time I was thinking that they were protecting me and that they were there for a reason. So when the homeless guy at Burger King asked if I could buy him food, I was like, yeah, I'll buy you food. And then I was like to his friend, you want me to buy you food too? And I was just handing out money. When I was manic, I used to think that all professional and collegiate games, sports games, were rigged in favor of me. Whenever I would see a broadcast and they like zoomed in on someone with the number 1, I would think that they were doing it for me because in college and in my whole career, my number's been number 1. I would look back and think that Clemson won those 2 or 3 national championships around sometime between 2013 and 2017. I think it was 2. Or was it 3? I thought that those were for me because my brother went to Clemson at the time. I also was under the impression that the Eagles won the Super Bowl in 2018 because my husband, at the time was an Eagles fan. I also was under the impression that LaMelo Ball knew me because his number was 1 and he's a player in Charlotte. Another situation is when the USA volleyball team won the Olympics. I think it was in 2021. No, it couldn't have been. 2021, I think. That they beat Brazil in the finals. And like I almost started crying in the psych ward because I thought it was for me. One time when I was manic, the computer, my laptop, my MacBook, had an app at the bottom of my dashboard that I had never seen before. And at the time, I thought I was like a secret undercover agent. And so I thought the government had put that app on my laptop. And when I clicked it, it gave me like coding. So I thought I was coding for the government. And there was like little circles that were green and red. So what I would do is go to different spots with my laptop and pull up the app and act like I was working for the government. I still to this day don't know what the app is, I have no idea. But for me, I thought I was working with Washington, D.C. to provide specific information for where I was at. So I would go to the club with my computer and just sit there acting like I'm a little wizard. Okay, all right. We couldn't dress him up, but this works. Okay, eggs up grill. How we feeling?
Hungry.
Hungry? Okay, let's see. He's gorgeous. What?
That's a chariot right there, boy.
Oh.
That's a horse for real. This got to be Sergeant First Class.
Sergeant First Class.
Yo, I need that in the garage.
I need this in pink.
I need that right
All right, now he's trying the blue one. How do we feel about the blue one?
first. On that ass.
Act like we've been here before, okay?
Yeah, nip.
A little BMW, big Mexican woman.
Oh, you murdered that shit.
She's cute.
Yeah, she cute.
She cute.
Okay, she cute.
Not the Lambo. Can I drive your daddy's Lambo? Oh. She said, not the Mozzies.
Not the Mozzie Moss.
Not the Mozzie. Jesus walks. Ooh. He's like laughing at We got the black with the bloody guts. How do we feel about this one?
I'm feeling all right on this.
You like this one? You like the Ferrari better or you like this one?
This.
What? All right, next we're going to check out the Bentley. I'll take a Bentley coupe. You want the one on the left or the one on the right? I'll take the one on the left. Ooh, look at that grill. She got my attention. Look at that blue.
Okay, that baby 8.
Is that Tar Heel blue? I don't know. Maybe.
Got that 8 ball and shit. What's up? Oh my God, yo, you just do something to the damn. Dang.
She's gorgeous.
It's a dog.
Big body bend. Lead. Ooh wee. Not the AMG G-Wagon. How much is this? 500K?
No, it's like 212.
212? What? That's it.
Hey, I'm running to the money. You know how I'm coming. Money to.
Woman. Yeah, good job. Thank you.
My earrings cost a beans. Man, my bitch is a Barbie. My Nike and not Ken. Man, I'm fired of my blunt. They like, who fuck broke the wind? Yeah.
I'm on third right now, in the herb, I'm free as a bird, plus I'm flat right now, talking slurred, talking just a bird, man, it's blue right now, I'm full of
See, only a dream.
So you guys want a story time on how me and stranger friend met, so I'm gonna give it to you. In the summer of 2023, I was at Richland Springs, the Prisma Hospital in Columbia, South Carolina, and I had met a guy named Sam in my unit, and me and Sam exchanged numbers. When I got out and when Sam got out, I hit up Sam and he was like, do you want to go to the mall with us? And us was him and stranger friend, but I didn't know stranger friend at the time because we were in different units. Sam and stranger friend had met because they were in the same unit at the psych ward. Stranger friend was going through a lot. He had no family, he had no friends, and his car had gotten stolen in South Carolina, so he was stuck here. So he's not even from here. So really, he was just looking for a way out. I had took an Uber to Sam's house, and I remember me and the Uber driver were blaring music, and when we pull up, we were like basically having a party, and Sam and stranger friend were watching us. And I remember when I got out the car, stranger friend was like, he was infatuated from the moment he locked eyes with me. You think I'm kidding, but this is like a real thing. It literally was love at first sight for him. He was like, who is this girl? So we ended up going to the mall, and I got stranger friend his first haircut out. So that meant a lot to him. And I was a trick. I was literally buying him a whole bunch of stuff. And then Sam started getting kind of annoying. Sam was also going through a manic episode. And then me and stranger friend kind of branched away from him and started hanging out. Everything happened so quick. I can't remember the timeline unless I look at my Snapchat, but we met on July 7th of 2023, and we hung out every day since that day. Not recently, because he's going through some stuff. But the rest of the summer was spent with stranger friend. So if you see my videos, you see we go to Charlotte. We were in Atlanta one time together. We went to Miami. And he literally was my partner in crime for my 2023 episode. I'm not going to put his business out on how he's doing now. He is trying to get his life together. and I showed him the TikToks that I've been posting of him, and he loves it. So just know we are still really close, and we were both manic at the time that we met. So it was like two firecrackers just exploding all over the place in Atlanta and Miami and Charlotte, and we had so much fun. It's probably the most fun I've ever had. I refer to him as stranger friend in my video because literally this was a stranger that I had no idea who he was. But then over time, he became my friend. And I think it's important to realize this is a random person that I had no idea where he came from. I didn't know his background. But we were hanging out like crazy. And that's my story on Stranger Friend. Take me through your outfit today.
Well, here's shorts.
You're not going to tell us what brand?
Matches like N1.
Okay.
And then kicks, Nike.
Obviously.
And the Smurf.
Where'd you get it at?
For what it's worth, Walmart.
What is that supposed to mean? Walmart got the juice.
Yeah, Walmart got the juice. So for what it's worth, yeah, I'm rocking it. Tau.
It's okay to laugh, bro. Oh, it actually says? I didn't know it said that. Are you good? Because you look like you're about to pass out. Dang, your skin is popping, bruh. Your skin is popping.
Y'all want to introduce y'all to Tau Gabriel the Killer?
Gabrielle, it's Gabrielle.
Gabrielle,
no,
yeah,
this is my room. Go to your room.
Alright, let's come check out Tau. Y'all come with me. Hey, your first introduction to my closet.
That's not your closet. Whoa, I didn't know that was there. Okay. Ski.
Ski. Simply blessed by the best. Y'all check out my flat screen. Y'all come over here. This is how we live.
Damn, this is you?
All pillows and shit, man, by the best.
That's you?
Yeah, that's all me, show.
Are those imported from Egypt?
Yeah. We strictly Roman. You see my scissors?
Next.
No, hold up. Check out my hangers. Who got the best hangers, man?
Are those felt? Oh, shit. I got the rose gold ones.
Say word.
Another one.
Yeah, man, I got two of the same, yo.
What are you going to put in this one? What are you going to put in that one?
Shit, man, everything on this shit is shit, man. All urban flair over here, you feel what I'm saying? Everything
What?
gonna be the flies, kicks, and shorts. All this shit gonna be shirts. Shirts over here.
White beaters or shirts?
Shirts, white beaters, anything else like that. You feel me? Over here gonna be my pants and shorts. You feel what I'm
Pants?
saying? All
Yeah,
pants
so.
and shorts on this shit. You know what I mean?
Alright.
Esta es son mucho suave. Nothing in this week?
All right, your closing statement to the MTV.
Yo, I want to
crib.
thanks it out to Aaron B. Want to thanks everybody up top, down to the dirty, to the south and shit for keeping this shit gritty and shit for the niggas Tau and shit. Y'all know what to do and shit. Yo, check out my next FAO Soul shit coming next to you.
Rap for him real quick. Tau,
Hey.
tau.
Hey, yo, this is Tau putting up to the booth. Y'all niggas know what it do with CIE.
Boo!
I got a real addiction for this cash, yo.
I'm New York. I'm leaving the scene. I'm peeping the scene. The Rari got too many horses. Put out the steam and turn on the beam.
I would lay something down for you. I'll play a whole time for you.
Yo, they legit living their best life. I ain't even mad at it. I mean, they might be going through an episode, but bro, they really living. Damn, they're in love.
Whole 100 round for you. Twist.
They going. But shout out to her parents for putting them up like that. Like, put them really, I mean, took care of him. Bro looked like he living his better than he would have been living probably on the streets, you know what I'm saying? Gave him play. He don't seem like a bad dude. He loved N1 shorts, I know that for much. Like literally they kicking it every day during the summer. All right, everyday people, man. That was a story about manic episodes, man. Mental health is real, but you know, when you see people like this, you be like, they wasn't in a bad state. They just wasn't in that state of mind that they, you know, that's normal. And it is, you know, I kind of enjoyed this. This is how life should be. Like, especially like when you're young. Like they was having a good time, man. Live life. Like it seemed like the laptop was outside more than I was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not even mad. This was like a heartwarming story about somebody who's going through a manic episode. Like his name is Tao, by the way. I was, you know, at times I was laughing and it's crazy because she's really going through something. But then again, it's like they're genuinely happy. You know, maybe there was some blow ups in the meantime, in between time, but for the most part, looks like they was having a good time. And she also states that he never tried anything with her. They didn't have any sexual relationship. It was just them being good friends. And you know, honestly, the way people talk about men and being, you know, crazy and narcissists and all this, genuinely, this guy was a good guy. And you know, he just had some mental health issues. And so, you know, just when people going through things, you know, you just can't look down on them as if they're quote unquote crazy, or you know, have some type of people that do crazy stuff that, you know, injure other people. They're just literally, they're crazy, but they're a different type. Like this guy was genuinely a sweet guy. He just had a few screws loose, and I don't think that took over his mind of him being a good person. Either like she, I mean, this person is somebody I would be like, man, I'm hanging out with her, she cool, but other than her really like being, you know, just all out there, I probably wouldn't hang out with her, but I'm saying, like, you know, she was cool, you know, that's all. Yeah, she just out there. And she's thinking, like, in her head, she's all this, and I would have checked out. But I do have, like I said, I've told a story about my friend who used to have these episodes, who used to think he was like, man, I don't know. He claimed his family was Native American, but who knows? But he used to say he was this very important person. Now, the guy's family had money, and he used to always come around and like he used to end up with like a badass boat, or he had this badass, you know, Ram 1500 SRT truck, and you just be like, bro, and he'll come around doing the most weirdest stuff, and he'll say the weirdest stuff, and you just be like, man, is this dude serious? But you couldn't really take him serious. We didn't, like, when we was hanging out with him, we was like, man, dude is tripping. But then it came, you know, when we started figuring out he had mental health issues, we didn't treat him different, but we understood the situation differently. And you know, he was still our friend, hanging out with us every day. But you know, me, I was, I was cool with him. I just, anything he said, I took it with a grain of salt. But then he'll be like, yeah, I'm about to pick up like 300 bows. You know what I'm saying? If you know what that is, then you know what it is. But if not, but then it is what it is. But then we'll be like, yeah, this fool would really show up with a trunk full, like wrapped up from the cartel, and we'd be like, what the, bro, somebody after this fool. And I haven't seen him in a while, and I got a few friends that, you know, watch my channel. They know. They be like, this bro used to just come around with random stuff, like, and it'd be like I remember when they said they ran off on a plug in Mexico, and they drove the back roads back to Oklahoma with a trunk full. And I'm talking about, I mean, this happened several times, that they were getting, you know, stuff from cartels, and I'm like, why do people believe the shit that this dude says, that they would give him? I'm talking about thousands. Sometimes they come with 1,000 pounds loaded up in a car. And mind you, I've known when he's gotten pulled over with this stuff on him, and he's got away, cause he was just, you know, he's insane. He'll talk his way out of stuff. Shout out to him though, but yeah, he used to go through some stuff. So you know, this could have been a love story. I don't know if they say they friends, but you know, bruh would really love to have this woman. Anyway, everyday people, let me know what y'all think about this situation. I was gonna say crazy situation, but nah, it's just a situation. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.